welcome back to this century's edition of the news. My name is Michael.
And I'm Clarice. It's December 31st, 1799, and we are here tonight to discuss this exciting new humanist art style.
Known as romanticism, this new movement has been spearheaded with the strong support of the English and Scottish prose artists, most notably known as the Big Six in some circles: William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, William Blake, John Keats, Percy B. Shelley, and Lord Byron.
The Romantic movement is quite the contrary. Of those six most important men, only three are remotely normal.
Due to the self-discovery heavily emphasized in Romanticism, this new zeitgeist of culture promotes the individual differences and oddities of both the artists and viewers.
An even heavier emphasis on the impact and beauty of nature on men's life. As we sit in this ever faster industrializing society, Romanticism is a steady push against the ever-present smog and monotony of life.
We here at Number One News Group are speculating that this aggressive rise in individualism clearly mirrors the revolutions happening worldwide, most notably in France, likely in reaction to the ongoing industrialization of society after the period of Enlightenment. Nevertheless, this new and upcoming movement should not be compared to the Enlightenment era.
Although both promote individuality, Romanticism primarily focuses on intense emotion and men's imagination to experience beyond the rational mind. With this, many Romantic thinkers were able to influence further ideologies, including liberalism, radicalism, conservatism, and nationalism. With the additional revival of medievalism, it was able to combat the beliefs of rationalism and classicism during the Enlightenment.
As stated before, nationalism became known as one of the key ideas during the movement, developed into the central theme of works of art and political philosophy. Early Romantic nationalism was heavily inspired by Rousseau, but a drastic change occurred due to the French Revolution. France's strong belief of national unity became its motivation to fight opposing countries, but quickly converted to its own struggle due to Napoleon's empire.
Nationalistic ideals eventually spread throughout Central Europe as a national awakening regarding the lack of their own national states. We will now get to Anne and Eugene Delacroix.
Alright, so today's top story is Romanticism, which is a movement in the arts and literature that focuses on individualism and inspiration. France is currently the leading nation in spreading this movement, and today I'm joined by renowned artist Eugene Delacroix.
Thank you for that introduction. It's nice to be here.
So, tell me, how does one become a Romanticist artist?
Well, I grew up in France, and I got my artistic training in Paris. I went on to become the leader of the French Romantic School of Arts, and I've created multiple renowned pieces known by the people of France.
Speaking on one of these pieces, which one would you consider to be your most significant piece?
I believe that my painting, Liberty Leads the People, is one of my most well-known pieces of art.
And for those who haven't seen the painting, can you explain what it is and the meaning behind it?
Sure. Liberty Leading the People depicts the July Revolution of 1830. This is when King Charles X was removed, and France's government moved from a more monarchy to democracy that serves the people. The painting depicts both sides of the fighting, being killed and wounded, and I think it evokes a sense of nationalism and promotes Romanticism themes in France.
Thanks again, Eugene. This painting was pivotal in advancing the themes of Romanticism and both nationalism.
Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Thanks, Anne, for that riveting interview. We will now be looking into what exactly in the political sphere caused these movements.
Here's our century in review.
In an era defined by revolution, England remained on top despite its colonial revolutions.
France's massive Enlightenment surge culminated recently with the violent liberal revolution, leaving us quaking in fear of what to come.
Initially seen as an incredible victory for human rights, the revolution soon descended into a long, dark reign of terror.
Comprising of multiple massacres of former nobles and clergy alike, this awful period in human history surely stains the legacy of the Enlightenment.
The French also experienced colonial revolutions, with the only modern successful slave revolt happening in Haiti during French rule.
The American Revolution of the British colonies likely drove the French monarchy over the brink as they fiercely supplied the American insurgents with weapons, commanders, and training.
Here to further comment on this topic is once again An, with his special guest.
Today I'm here with William Blake, a significant English poet with dozens of works surrounding around Romanticism.
Thanks for having me here today. What would you like to know about my works?
Well, first of all, in your own words, how would you define Romanticism?
Well, Romanticism is essentially a movement that puts emphasis on the individual and inspires artistry.
So, what would you say is your most famous work in this movement?
I believe my book, The Songs of Innocence and Experience, is my most famous work. It's a collection of poems.
And how'd you say these poems relate to Romanticism as a whole?
I wrote the poems with the goal of inspiring others to explore their artistic selves. So yeah.
Well, the book was a crucial part in spreading the movement, and thank you for stopping by today.
All right, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Son. And once again, I'm Clarice.
And I'm Michael. We'll be back after these short messages.
What's poppin', everybody? Guten Tag. The name's Ludwig van Beethoven. I'm a new and upcoming artist from the Big G, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't ready for what I got cooking in the studio, though. But y'all better not be sleeping on this, cause it's gonna be revolutionary. Symphony number 3, Erica. Don't forget it. This Zoig is straight fire. Not gonna lie, groundbreaking. This be pulling on all the lady heartstrings type of beat, you know what I'm saying? Just remember me when y'all be listening to the bop of the era. So go pre-order now, or else I'm gonna come look for you. Alright? Make sure you call the number, oh wait, it's the 1800s. We don't got phones yet. So just find me and hit me up on the streets or something, man. I got you. I'm for y'all. Have a good one. Beethoven.